Om Namo Lohe Sarvatrikavarti Aryantanam. Om Namo Lohe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Lohe Sarvatrikavarti Ayaryanam. Om Namo Lohe Sarvatrikavarti Uvajjayanam. Om Namo Lohe Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Moksudam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namah. नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चकासते चित् स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावान्तरच्छिदे अनंत अनंत भाव भेदति बरेली बले अनंत अनंत नय निक्षेपे व्याख्यानी छे सकल जगत हितकारिणी हरिणी मोह तारिणी भवाब्दि मोक्षचारिणी प्रमाणी छे उपमा आप्यानी जेने तमारा कविते व्यर्थ આપવાથી નિજ મતિમાં પાઈ મેં માની છે અહો રાજચંદ્ર બાળ ખ્યાલ નથી પામતાએ જીનેશ્વર તાણી વાણી જાણી તેણે જાણી છે ગુરુ રાજ તાણી વાણી જાણી તેણે જાણી છે ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો Om Sri Sudatmane Namaha. Jai Jinendra. Today is August 3rd, 2020, Monday, and we are continuing our discussion on Atmasiddhi. We are on the Atmasiddhi on stanza number 5. We are on the tail part of that stanza. So let's see what it is, and then we just continue from there. Okay, here's stanza 5, and last time we stopped was somewhere here. So let's recapitulate something quickly and then start going from there. So this stanza number 5 is describing to us about the nature of the person having the dry knowledge only. What's a dry knowledge? It's a knowledge for sure, but then he has not applied that knowledge to further his experiencing of the soul substance. He knows the theory part, but practical part he has not understood. And because he has not understood, that means he's all the knowledge is called dry knowledge, has no value. If you know everything about medicine, but when you are coming to the patient, you don't know how to apply your knowledge, then it's useless. Same thing with any other field that we could be in, computer field, accounting field, whatever, anything. So here, practicality is more important. Application of the knowledge is more important. Merely knowing the thing has no value. Yes, it's important in beginning to know the nature. What's a soul? What's a structure of the soul? What's a function of the soul? What is a pathological problem with the soul? What's the ideal soul is working? All those things, to know it is important. But after knowing that, now you have to just act on it. You already gathered information about going somewhere, let's say Europe trip or South America trip and everything. You gather all the information, but you don't act on it. You don't take vacation. You don't go for it. It's useless. It's just time wasted so much. Similarly here also. So this dry knowledge person, who can be considered for path to the liberation? That's a mumukshu. Mumukshu is a word. Mumukshu. Mokshno ichuk. The one who desires for liberation is called mumukshu. And when we meet each other, we said, hey, he is a mumukshu, means he belongs to my congregation. But real meaning of mumukshu is the one who has an inclination or desire to obtain liberation. That's called mumukshu. Now, what is his characteristics? One who has milder form of toxic emotions present means kashayani upshanta. See, here we are talking about the nature of the person who can be said that he's on the path he's on the real path for liberation. What are his characteristics? That number one, his toxic emotions are in milder form. He looks very quiet. He doesn't bother other people. He has no anger, deceit, ego, greed. Those are in extreme milder form. When you look at him, you just say he is oozing through the knowledge. He looks that kind of personality. Uh, I'll give you an example. I don't know whether I said this or not before. Anyway, uh, Nimisha's grandpa, Shefal and Nimisha's grandpa, he was in Phoenix many years back in the mid 80s, I think, early 80s, mid 80s. And at the time, I was just working and, very working hard and this and that and everything. Anyway, one time, grandpa came to our place and Nimisha's mom dropped the grandpa, and then afterwards, I'm supposed to take him back to their home. We had a new van that we had bought, and there are all kind of bells and whistles were there, and I was so proud of it and everything. And it was evening time, so as soon as grandpa sat down in the car, I started putting all the lights on and everything and everything. He was totally unimpressed. Then I said, me dummy, what am I trying to impress to this person who is so engrossed in his own natural state? He doesn't care what I have it or what I don't have it. So that kind of personality, when you look, it's a the peace is oozing from those people, those personalities, you know. So toxic emotions, anger, deceit, ego, greed are extremely milder form or a non-existence practically. That person is lounging for liberation only. Matra moksha vilas. He has only one and one desire is how to obtain liberation. And especially those souls who already have obtained right faith, even they don't have this lounging too, because they know they are going to get it. They are in a blissful state. They don't worry about all these things. So lounging for liberation state only. Having disgust towards birth and death cycle, bhavek means he is tired of this transmigration, birth after death after birth after death. It keeps on going and going and going and going forever. And now he is really tired. He just says, I don't want to have any another one more birth now. I would like to get liberated and get a super sensuous bliss. His compassion towards all the living being, prani daya, 1 sense to 5 sense living being, whether it's a hellish soul, heavenly soul, subhuman or humans, he has a compassionate feeling. Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami, one time he said, on the day of atonement, Kshamavani day, after Daslakshan Parva, which will be coming this month. Wow, this month, yeah, it's almost there. 10 days are there, and after the 10th day is over, the 11th day, 12th day actually, on the 12th day, we ask for forgiveness from everybody. It's a day of forgiveness. So, Gurudev Sri on that day said, remember, listen to the sentence, very important. If I would have seen anybody, any living being in their mortal state, then please, I'm asking for forgiveness. One sentence that he says, if by mistake I have seen any living being in their mortal state, then I'm asking for forgiveness. What does it mean? Soul is having two states within, eternity and transiency. It depends what perspective you are using. From the eternal perspective, from substance perspective, from attribute perspective, soul is eternal. And every soul, they are eternal. The living being in the lowest form of life, Nigod, or 1 sense, 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 sense, or Heli's heavenly soul, subhuman, human, everybody, all the living being, they have soul substance as eternally pure. Eternally pure means that substance was never created, will never be disintegrated. But the same substance is having the modes. Modes means modification, changes. Just like on the ocean beach, when you're sitting, waves after waves after waves after waves, they come and break and they come and break and they make lots and lots of noise and everything. But you go with the scuba diving, you go into in the middle of the ocean, absolutely peaceful, quiet, super quietness. I've done those in the scuba diving before in my earlier days, and it was amazingly peaceful experience. Same ocean on the bank, on the beach, makes tons of noise with this waves coming in, etc. Similarly, the soul is substance is quiet, eternal, pure, attributes are pure, eternal, quiet, but changes are occurring, and those changes are called modification or modes. Just like the way, let's presume that since morning till evening, what did I do? I did lots of transformation. I did waking up in the morning, alarm clock going on, waking up. Well, I'm too tired. Let me have another little sleep. So I put down a snooze, one more snooze, two more snooze. Now I wake up, then go to bathroom, then do the toothbrush, then do the Namoka mantra, etc. Then take a shower, then do take breakfast, do exercise, and all several changes occurred within me throughout the day. And those are called modification. I am remaining same throughout the day. Changes occurred, and that's called modification. Another example, a child is born. A little child is born, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds, whatever. And he's been given name. And that name is stuck with that child throughout the life. That little baby is called Ayan. 1 month old, Ayan. 1 year old, Ayan. Toddler, Ayan. Going to the preschool, Ayan. Going to the primary school, Ayan. His name remains same, he keeps on changing. He becomes adult, he gets college, he goes to work, he gets married, he has his own children, he becomes old, he becomes really, really old. All throughout the life, his name remains constant with him, but it keeps on changing, changing as the time goes. Similarly, soul substance remains constant, but the modification keeps on occurring to the soul. So what did Gurudev Sri say? That to be a human or subhuman, animal or plant, have a heavenly soul, hellish soul, all those changes are occurring in the eternity that I'm existing. That's a modification modes. But as a soul, I'm remaining constant. So each soul, Nigot soul, or me as a soul, Siddha Bhagwan as a soul, Aryan Bhagwan as a soul, enlightened soul as a soul, soul is a constant, pure, perfect, quiet, unchangeable. So what Gurudev is saying, that I am seeing everybody from substance perspective, means they are pure and eternal. Only the modes they are called rich guy, poor guy, tall guy, short guy, bad guy, good guy, or etc., etc., etc. But I'm not looking at them that way. I'm looking as a pure eternal soul. So that's why Gurudev's one mantra, Tu Bhagwan Chem Nakki Kar. You decide first that you are the God. Means from substance perspective, I'm pure. Bhagwan Che, Bhagwan Thao. You are the God, you become God. Means now in your modification also, you create your godhood. Simple sentence, but it gives tremendous impact to the mankind. And that's why they are enlightened saints. They gave us the message to us. After several years of them passing away, we remember each and every word they spoke about it. So compassion towards all the living being. And that compassion towards living being also includes the Bhavi Jeev and Abhavi Jeev. What is Bhavi Jeev? What's Abhavi Jeev? Bhavi Jeev is the one who has capability of obtaining liberation. Abhavi Jeev means he will never ever get liberated. Who created them that way? They are like that. Some majority, 99.9, you can say, all those living beings are called capability of liberation. Very rare, occasional living being can be such that he may not be able to get liberated or get samyak darshan ever. Wow, that's a partiality. Why do you give such type of soul, that poor soul, that he will never get liberated or never get samyak darshan? Well, that's where they are. Very far and few in between, extremely rare, but they are there. Could I be one? If that question comes in our mind, could I be the one? Maybe. Remember, rare things are rare, and you are not that rarity. You are garden variety, middle of the road person. You have capability for liberation. So you'll get liberated, don't worry about it. But still, I have a question. I mean, these are just something you're talking, but I have a question that could I be a living being who may not be able to get liberated in the future at all? Then Acharya Padmanandi Panchvisanti, Padmanandi Acharya wrote down a scripture called Panchvisanti, means 25 chapters. Panchvisanti means 25. He wrote down in this 25 chapter one important slok, and that slok says, Tat priti priti chittena yena varta pihi sutta nishchitam sa bhavet bhavyo bhavi nirvana bhajanam. It means nothing to you what I spoke. It's a pure Sanskrit. But what it means, Acharya Dev says, those who have listened to the story of the soul with the utmost inquisitiveness and keeping their attentive mind, those souls who have inquisitiveness and listen to the story of the soul, means who is the soul, how to get liberated, etc., etc., they are going to be liberated in the future. This is what Acharya Dev tells about us. So we are Bhaviji not to worry about it. So having even one has compassion towards those souls, that I feel sorry for those souls, that they won't be getting liberated in the future. Having faith in the religious principle, dharma ke prati astha, he has with the religious principles laid out, he has a pure faith in it. Sometimes he may not understand. Sometimes we may not understand everything. But at least it's been said and it's truth. Only thing I don't understand, and at least I will make the effort to understand those things. One thing I would like to add over here about this faith thing and everything, that if you have faith and you have questions, because it's scriptures are so vast, and especially this is not in English, they are in the Ardhamagdi and Sanskrit and Gujarati, etc. So you may not have access to all those things because of the language barrier. But if a genuine question arises in the mind, I can assure you 100%, you will get the answers. How will you get it? You will read something, you will talk to something, you will discuss with somebody, you will be listening to the scriptural message from some learned people or God knows whatever, and you will get the answer. This is my personal experience. So many places I get stuck. I'll get you one quick example. There is one thing called avibhag pratiched. That's a word coming in the scripture, and I try to look for it, cannot find the satisfactory answer. Scripture said what it means. I cannot get satisfaction because it doesn't fit in my mind, and I'm just really get worked up on this word alone. Meanwhile, I had to go to India. We have for vacation and everything. And from India, we end up going to a city called Dehradun, which it was not on my itinerary, but somehow it pops up and I end up going there in North India. It's a beautiful city. I met one lady. She's a knowledgeable person. I have never met her before. First time I'm meeting her. Never heard about her before. And by talking for 5-10 minutes, I realized she's an extremely learned lady. So I said, I had this question. She said, I have the answer. And she told me the answer. It said so beautifully that it cannot get out of my mind now. So what I mean to say, if you have any question related to the religion, it will be answered in some form or somehow. Believe me, it's truth. Bensri Ben also, she has written lots of Vachanamrut, means her spoken words are written, and there are several of those, more than 400 Vachanamruts are there, per paragraphs. and out of which one paragraph in number 22 it says, Chaitanya mathe utheli Chaitanyani bhavna phale phale ne phalej. Means, if you have some kind of a inclination arising from your soul, that inquisitiveness about the nature of the soul, etc., that inquisitiveness will be resolved anyway, definitely 100%. So these are the learned saints. They are putting faith on us and telling all those things. So anyway, so these are his characteristics. One more, he is recognized a true teacher, Satpurush ni Pehchan, means that the person who is on the path to liberation, who is considering path of liberation, he already has found out who is a true teacher. Remember, you may remember in your school days that some teacher, looking at the first sight, you may say he or she looks ugly. But then when they start teaching you and you say, my God, this is amazingly true teacher. And now, no matter who sees or hears or whatever their appearance, you respect them. Here, same way, these religious teachers, you just you recognize them and you respect them. Conviction that soul is eternally pure and full of knowledge. This person who wants to be in the path of liberation, he has a conviction for sure that soul is a pure and full of knowledge, and soul cannot do the function of any other objects in the universe. There's a boundary for the soul. Beyond the boundary, soul cannot do anything to anybody. I can't do anything for you, vice versa, you can't do anything for me. But then it happens, somebody is sick, comes to hospital, I treat, and patient becomes perfectly normal. Did I not help that person out? Not necessarily. That person was supposed to be improved no matter what, and you were simply an instrumental cause in prescribing medicine, etc. And that's why he got cured. He was supposed to get cured, that's why he got cured. You have not done anything. You were simply an instrumental cause. So, he says that I am pure and full of knowledge and I can't do anything to any other substance in the universe. In that kind of conviction he has. So these are the characteristics of such personalities who are on the path for liberation. Having said that, what an ignorant soul, whenever an ignorant soul speaks, is not true. Ignorant soul, that means he is on the first spiritual development state. And he is talking something, even though it appears to be right, he is always wrong. How can he be wrong? Whenever ignorant person speaks, means I'm an ignorant person, whatever I speak is not true. For example, the two people are there. One person is an ignorant soul. Other person is an enlightened soul, Samyak Drashti. This is Mithya Drashti. This is Samyak Drashti. They both are looking at some object, and the ignorant soul says it's a rope. And the enlightened person says it's a snake. In actuality, it's a rope. Ignorant person telling rope as a rope, still it's not true because he has not known himself. 10 friends crossing the river, coming on the other side of the bank, and they say, let's count out and make sure that everybody is okay and nobody's lost and everything. One guy counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One guy is missing. Next one says, no, you don't know how to count. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Third guy counts. Fourth guy counts. Everybody counts. They count only 9. Now, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 heads. Was it right or not right? Was it perfect or not perfect? Yes, 9 was perfect, but it's still imperfect because he has not counted himself. When he has not counted himself, so 10th are not there. And that's why they started crying and saying that we don't know who got lost, but one guy got lost. That's why ignorant soul, even though he says count is 9, he's wrong. Even though I could be a super intelligent person and I know everything in my medical field, or you could be in your computer field, or you could be a space scientist, everything, all the perfect, or you could be a great physicist or chemistry major or God knows whatever. Still, that knowledge is called ignorant knowledge because you know it, but you are the knower and you don't know the knower. That's why that knowledge is ignorance. Once first you know the knower, I am the knower. I don't know who I am, and I'm talking about whole universe. It's useless. That knowledge has no value. Vice versa. If you know yourself, if you experience yourself, then Acharya Bhagavan says, you have known the whole universe. How can it be possible? Well, when I know myself that who am I, what's my true nature, and I experience that true nature, that means anything besides me, they're non-living objects in the universe, and I have no part of it. They could be million, billion, trillion, quarter, whatever those numbers of things are there in the world, they are not part of me, so I don't care about it. They're separate from me. So knowing yourself means you know everything. Not knowing yourself, you know everything, it's useless. He believed that words come out due to him. Now, he has spoken words. And with the spoken words, he is thinking that whatever he thinks, whatever he speaks, it's coming from his own mouth. Is it true? Number one, who am I? I'm the soul. What's my function? Knowing. What's the spoken words coming from? They are speech material particles. And they come out, and those speech material particles come out in certain fashion, and that's what they are called the words. When I'm speaking a sentence, they are coming from the spoken material particle permutation combination. So, I as a soul, I don't speak. I can have inclination, that the soul can have inclination that if the word comes out from mouth, it will be good. That kind of inclination soul can do, but soul cannot create the speech. He thinks that he can change the nature of the matter. Same thing, that I am the soul, and as a soul, I can remain within my own limitation. I can't do anything to any other objects in the universe. Every given universal object, including me as a soul and every other souls and matter, medium of motion, medium of ray, space and time, everything, all the substance in the universe, infinite substance in the universe, they are independent. They have their own modes occurring, and that occur constantly throughout their existence. So, a water could be vapor, could be cloud, could be snow, could be river water, could be ocean water, could be vapor again, and all those changes, but H2O molecule remains the same. That cannot change. Similarly, matter substance can do its own job, in own work. I can do my own work. I can't interfere in any other object. Likewise, any other object cannot interfere within me. This way, he has oneness and ownership on the alien object. When he is thinking that he can change the other object, he can speak, and all those things, when he says, that means he has oneness and ownership on this alien object. Alien object means this physical body. Physical body is speaking, and I say, I am speaking. So that kind of thing, that I have a oneness and ownership on this alien object, that means with the physical body. This is wrong. I can speak or not speak due to my own wish and will. That kind of ignorant soul thinks about, it's a wrong thinking. He is engrossed in the ego state and believes to be the doer of the matter object. He is an ego that I can do everything. I can change the whole world. I am the president, and forget about the president right now. It's not the right example to give right now. But I can change everything around. That kind of ego I'm carrying with me. It's just like the dog working under a cart, bullock cart, and he thinks that he is driving the cart, but the bullock is pulling the cart, not the dog. The dog is under the wrong impression. He's with the ego. He thinks that reciting certain verses makes beneficial to the soul. Well, I'll just say Namoka mantra. That means it's beneficial to my soul. Hey, when I recite, this is spoken words. Spoken words are is a part of the matter object, and they cannot be beneficial to me because they are matter and I'm the soul. So shall I speak Namoka mantra tomorrow morning or not? Yeah, I have to speak, but they are beneficial to me. They are the what they are, what's the nature. I should be aware of that kind of things. So if I'm aware of it, then I don't take the credit for those things. Ignorant soul speech is full of fault because he is not the knower only, he's the doer of the alien object. Ignorant person, when he's speaking, his speech is full of fault because I am the knower only. I'm the soul. As a soul, I'm the knower only, and I'm not the doer of the alien object. I'm not the doer of my physical body, etc. He becomes the doer of the words and auspiciousness. He's the doer of the alien object. When he's speaking, he says, I am speaking, which is not true. And he's also having the ownership on the auspiciousness. Sometimes he ends up with a milder form of toxic emotions. By all this, sometimes with the auspiciousness, he may mild the toxic emotions. He has desire for the fruition of auspicious karma. His toxic emotions are mild, and he thinks this state should continue forever. Let me do all possible things so that everything right goes my way. Let me put my money into stock market so they can keep on growing and growing and growing and growing. If money keeps on growing in the stock market, then somebody has to lose, right? Why not me then? It could be me also, right? So that the fruition of the desire karma, he has a desire, but it doesn't fulfill that desire all the time. He therefore ends up binding inauspicious karma. So this way he ends up binding lots of inauspicious karma. Ignorant soul speech is having three forms of fault. This is very important. Ignorant soul has a speech which is full, there are mainly three faults. As we say, ignorant soul says this is rope, and actually it's a rope. Enlightened soul says it's a snake, and the entire it's not the snake. Who is right here? Still, the enlightened soul is right. How can it be? He's speaking wrong and you are telling me that he's right? Yes, he is right. How can you explain? So let's go through these three forms of false. Karan viparyai means erroneous cause, reverse cause, misunderstanding. Karan means the cause. Viparya means erroneous. Cause and effect go hand in hand, number one. Cause and effect go hand in hand and they are together. Point number two, cause and effect only occurs in one substance. In a given substance, cause and effect occurs. For example, I obtained right faith today. I obtained Samyak Darshan today. For example, this is example only. That means the cause has to be within me. I obtained Samyak Darshan, so I have to have cause within me. I'm having blissful day today. That means that blissfulness should come from within me because cause and effect are occurring from the same substance. I'm in the wrong faith today, right now. Mithyatva right now, wrong faith. That means cause has to be within me, and that cause is me as a soul, is an ignorant soul right now. A mango. I got a mango from yesterday from the store and I put it in a warm place, and today that mango is ripe. So one mango I put it in a warm place, it become ripe. Other mango I did not put in a warm place and it did not become ripened. So I am the cause for mango to get ripe. Wrong. That's wrong. Because getting to get ripe or not to get ripe is sitting within mango. So one mango got ripe very fast, other one is taking its own time. That ripeness activity is present in the mango. I have not done anything there, and I have no capacity to do that also. So Karan Karya, cause and effect, has to be in the same substance. And that has to be very, very nicely known. It's important. It's important to know that. Because one does not know the real reason for the thing and believes contrary to that. That's called Karan Viparya. Means, I am the cause, and that's why this body, 73 years, yeah, 73 years, still look like 60-year-old because I do exercise, because I do swim. Come on. Don't you understand Jain principles? Cause and effect has to be in the same substance. If effect is in the body, cause has to be in the body. Soul has nothing to do with that. Why you are taking that responsibility? Why you are erroneously thinking about it? Because you have that Karan Viparya within you, and that's why you are ignorant soul. Cause and effect occurs in the same substance. Swarup Viparya, a contrary viewpoint regarding the real nature of the object. What does it mean? One does not know the true nature of the object and believes to be contrary nature is known as Swarup Viparya. Who am I? Srimadji said, હું કોણ છું ક્યાંથી થયો શું સ્વરૂપ છે મારું ખરું કોના સંબંધે વળગણા છે રાખું કે પરિહરું. I am the soul substance. I'm full of knowledge and full of infinite attributes specific for the soul. Instead, I believe that I am the body. You know, my eyesight is very strong. My ears are really sharp. Any noise occurring, I can understand right away. I can, same thing with my nose. Remember, nose is an, it's a matter object. Eyes, ears, physical body, they all are matter object. And if something happens in those matter object, then cause has to be in the matter object only. I cannot be the cause for that because the Swarup Viparya is there. So Swarup means I'm nature. Nature of me is certain nature, and nature of the matter is certain nature, and I cannot do the function of the matter object. Matter object cannot do anything for me. So Swarup Viparya. Vedabhed Viparya means one believes nature of division and indivisibility in the erroneous way, means soul has an infinite attributes within, but they are in the indivisible pattern. They are not like module that you take knowledge module out and put a new module in, and take the conduct module out, put a new, no. So infinite attributes are in the indivisible pattern into the soul substance. Instead of that, one can think that they are separate, they are in divisional aspect. And matter object like this physical body and me as a soul are entirely separate. Instead of that divisibility, divisions, I consider them as unique, means me and the body are same. So that's a Vedabhed Viparya, erroneous understanding in division and in, as well as indivisible. So these three faults, when they are present, that means that guy is an ignorant person. In short, body is mine, body is mine, body is mine. That means I'm an ignorant soul. I will not get liberated till I come to conclusion that body is separate and soul is separate. Ignorant soul remains engrossed in the infatuated state and believes he's on the knowledge path. He is in the infatuated state right now, and he believes that he is on the right path right now. It's really Acharya Bhagavan has pity on us. He is busy with activities of the alien object. I can do something for my physical body. I can keep my physical body strong. I can lift so much weight. I can jog so many miles. I can do this. I can do that. That's all bodily activity. Why you are taking credit for those things? Same bodily activity that you are taking pride on it, when the soul leaves this body, it will be born in the 1000-degree Fahrenheit in the furnace. Right now, teeny tiny difference in the temperature in the room, and I just say this is not right, and I try to correct those things, so that my body feels better. But the same body will be born in the 1000-degree Fahrenheit. Who is going to complain? Complainer already has left from there. Therefore, such soul has been labeled as having dry knowledge. Up until now, what we learned about the dry knowledge of the soul, the soul who has a dry knowledge, only knowledge but no action. So this is the nature of the person with the dry knowledge. And it just ends over here, this stanza, and we'll just do the beginning of the next stanza, and then we will see how far we can go. Any questions so far on this stanza? Any questions if you have, you can just, or at the end you can just ask questions also, whatever way is convenient to you, no problem, okay?
Uncle, this is Nimisha. Last time you talked about the Leshyas. Can you review that real quick?
Okay, all right. Leshya here, okay, all right, Leshya. What Leshya means, the soul's thinking with the association of karma, means soul's inclination as a result of fruition of karma. Soul's inclination as a result of fruition of karma. Now, let's presume that I have a bad fruition of karma in fruition state right now. And I'm walking, and there's a banana peel on the pathway. My foot falls on it, I slip and I fell down, I break my hip. So, the suffering I'm getting as a soul as a result of fracture of hip. Suffering I'm getting occurred because of fruition of bad karma. On the other side of the coin, Friday evening, you're coming back from work, you're putting gas in your car, and on the gas station while you're doing nothing, filling the gas, and it says, buy the lottery, and you just got inspiration, and suddenly you went inside and you bought $1 lottery. You came home, and now 8 o'clock in evening or whatever time, they have the results of the lottery and you're scratching, and now you win $10 million. Fruition of an auspicious karma occurred and you got the $10 million. You are very happy within. So, having miserable state, breaking the hip, or having joyful state, getting $10 million lottery, or whatever, you know. So those states, joyful state or miserable state, anger, deceit, ego, greed, likes, dislike, all those things occurring within the soul, they are given gradation. And that gradation is called lesha. So they are giving 6-color lesha. Means when intense negativity occurring within me, for example, yes, I'm killing those 6 million people, and on top of it, I said, yes, I killed them, and they were supposed to die, and I killed them. I'm very happy about it. So first thing, I had done a bad job, and on top of it, I'm taking credit for that, and that is called intense, hateful state within me, and that can be called black lesha, means my inclinations are extremely inauspicious. On the other side of the coin, a soul is born right now, and he is on the path to liberation. He will be Tirthankar on the third life from now, and he's binding a karma. He had an extremely auspicious thought within, saying that the I am going to get liberated, but along with me, I would like to see everybody else get liberated. That kind of auspicious, intense auspicious thought process, and that is called Suklalesha. So, Krishna Lesha means black, is an intense negative thought. Sukla Lesha is white, intense positive thought, auspicious thought. And there are 3 gradations of the bad, from black to blue to gray. So intense, moderate, and milder toxic emotions of negative type. On this side, on the auspicious side, intense, moderate, and milder. White lesha, red lesha, and yellow lesha. So it just tells us gradation of your auspicious and inauspicious thoughts. Again, they will give a karma bondage. But we are in this situation. So from the figure, it seems it just is pretty evident what Lesha I should be in. Shall I be in the black Lesha, Krishna Lesha? Shall I be in the Sukla Lesha? Or which side of the equation I should be in? And then when we look at it, that most of the time, all the time, I would like to remain in this area, in this circle. This is the bad, and I would like to avoid. Still, time to time, I may end up doing those things, but I should be aware of it. This is not what I would like to do. Here also, auspicious thoughts are there, but again, they are the reason for karma bondage. Inauspicious thought, reason for karma bondage. So all these leshyas, they are the reason for karma bondage. I would like to go one step beyond. No karma bonded state. And that's what we'll be learning in Atmasiddhi. How will I be able to progress from negative thought process to positive thought process to thought to beyond the thought process? Means experiencing of the soul substance, samyak darshan. So that's what we'll be talking as the time passes, right?
Kirit uncle, this is Siva.
Yes.
On the Lashyas, is it, if you're an enlightened being or you have experienced self-realization, is it connected to the fact that you would tend to have these types of Lashyas, but the ones that have mithyatva, or we're mithyat ignorant souls, do we tend to have only certain Lashyas at this state? Is there any relation to that?
No.
Okay.
Now, because now, let's see, a soul is in the mithyatva state right now, right? But he's very pious. He's doing lots of austerity. He's giving charity. He's compassionate soul. He just looks very quiet person. He doesn't do bad for anybody. Means he could be on the Sukla Lesha type of parinam. Means auspicious inclinations. On the other side of the coin, somebody could be cruel all the time. I would like to carry gun with me. So if somebody comes, I'll just bang, 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 bang. That's it. I'll take care of it. So, I mean, so he has all negative connotations going on within him. These are wrong faith people. But what about right faith people? Let's say that we all right now sitting today, right now, we get Samyak Darshan. Would I have any of this Leshya? Yes, I'm going to have that one. Till I go to 12th spiritual development state, they will be with me because the Rag and Dvesh will be with me all the way up to end of 10th or in the 12th spiritual development state. End of 10th spiritual state will lead to the soul to the 12th spiritual development state, and then there are no Rag Dvesh, all the monia karma, all deluding karma get vanished, and so there is a pure soul, pure vitrakta, pure passionless state, and then there is no Leshya there. But yes, monk can have it, and Samyakdarshi Jeev, who is a householder, he can also have bad Leshya and good Leshya both. We can have, for example, a monk, and he could be becoming angry. He could be an angry personality. It could be there. But when he's angry personality, he knows that that is not his nature, but right, because that's his weakness, and he's trying to remove that one. Okay. So those will be there even all the way up to 10 spiritual development state.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? So then we'll start the next stanza next time then, okay? All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I have a couple of minutes. I'm taking it up, so you can just do the closing now, okay? If there's question, we'll answer it. Otherwise, we'll just go on. Okay. All right. Okay. Ji swarup samaja vina pamyo dukha anand samajavyu te pada namo Sri Sadguru Bhagavan परम पुरुष प्रभु सदगुरु परम ज्ञान सुखधाम जेने आप्યું બાનની તેને સદા પ્રણામ દેહ છતાં જેની દશા વર્તે દેહાતીત તે જ્ઞાનીના ચરણમાં વંદન અગણી જાવાણી કે જ્ઞાન से સુજેલો કાલો સોવાણી મસ્તકનો સદા દેત હું જય જિનેન્દ્ર
Jai Jinendra, thank you, Kirit uncle.
Jai Jinendra uncle, thank you.